You know the best part about it being Tuesday? You know the best part about it? Is we just do it again. We just do it again on another character. We just do it again on another character. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna do it again on another character. Listen, I will open up my boxes very soon, okay? I know I need to do that. I'll probably do that in just a minute. Do you think Blizzard should re-release... Yeah, I'm so glad I ignored your message in game, so you donated $5. So yeah, let me actually answer that. Hello, do you think Blizzard should release things like, pre-nerf Cthulhu, which was deemed mathematically impossible, or should they release the nerf version, off the bat? I personally would love to see if the modern Raider can adapt and overcome pre-nerf. Yes. I think they should release it pre-nerf. Why do I think that? Because players now, and the level that players are able to play at now, it's infinitely higher than the way that they were playing in Vanilla WoW. Like, if you go and you watch the top level players in Vanilla WoW, back during Vanilla WoW, and then you watch the top private server players now, it's like it's the difference between watching a Gladiator level player and a 1600 rated player. It's not even in the same universe. These people are just so much better. And, that's the truth. And so I think that I could probably almost bet Asmongold, mount this time for sure. Okay, for S, okay. 400, alright, okay, 340, that's fine. Whatever. Should they have the Corrupted Blood incident? Wasn't it calculated impossible, though? So even though if everything won't be killed? No, because a Gladiator player, Senior player took the exact same, looked the exact same for the most part. If you feel that way, then you're probably not a Gladiator level player. But here's the difference, right? Is that, like, I would say that players now are so much better. Players now are so much better than they were back then. What was deemed impossible then would not be impossible now. Like, I think that almost everybody can probably agree on that. At least most people could agree on that, I would assume. Things that people thought were impossible or hard back then, people can do now easily. You just look at the amount, Ashbringer, go ahead and go tank, okay? I want to have you tank. And, that way it'll just make it a little bit easier. Oh, I actually need to invite another, tank for myself. I'm gonna set my role as DPS, and then let me get one more tank. Sorry about this, guys. Just want to go ahead and sort this out, then we'll get back into this conversation. I do feel like this is an interesting conversation to have. Okay, we'll get that guy in here, good, and then we need one more healer. Okay, there we go, and that should be fine. We're good. Wasn't it proven to be mathematically impossible to beat? Calculated, yeah, what did they calculate it based off of? Like, let me ask you guys that question. What do you think they calculated, what do you think they calculated it based off of? Their damage. Do you understand people's damage now is infinitely higher? Like, it was Ian that calculated it? Well, yeah, it was Ian also that calculated that players would like the way that Pantheon trinkets dropped. Ian can be wrong. Okay? He can be wrong. Don't put it past him. Kungan said it was impossible. Imagine Ian's first day as Blizzard after making that post. Now you bring in 20 Fury Warriors. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, of course. Can I get a link to the Q&A? You just go to the Reddit, r/classic WoW, or you can go to Wowhead. They've got a pretty good recap, video for it. Watch Ian's video on it. He calculated the assumption that players would do perfect DPS. Ian made a video about it? No way. No way. No, we're gonna look right now. No, I will, which one is it? Curse versus Cthulhu? So Death and Taxes pre-nerfed. He was an elitist jerks, though. Which one is it? Matt said it was impossible. Yeah. Let me see. People forget processors, video cards, internet speeds, overall game knowledge makes the modern gamer much better than in vanilla WoW. Yeah, they make leaps and bounds that people couldn't even account for. He made a post or a video. Well, that's the thing. Let me see. What's his name? Gergthok, right? Gergthok, Cthulhu. Mathematically impossible. Let's see if I can find this. Why was Cthulhu mathematically impossible? Cthulhu was mathematically impossible. Let me see here. Okay. Let me see if I can find it here. Okay, continue with ad blocker. There we go. Alright. Let's see. Currently struggling to stay above 50 million accounts. Cthulhu's added. Okay, let's see. Basically, every 60 seconds, the encounter requires your raid to do roughly 2.3, what's this here? 230,000 damage. Okay, so let's look at this, and let's math this out, okay? 2.3 million damage every minute. Alright? So now, let's see what we got here. Alright, 1 second. So, 230k. Now, let's look at... yeah, 230k.
Anyway.
That's what I meant to say. Yeah, 230k. Listen, I'm very dyslexic. It's hard for me to read things, like, out loud, okay? Like, what do you want me to do? Alright, just a second. Okay, 1 second here. Okay. Speed, clear, BWL. So, let's see what we've got going on here. How much health does Chromagus have? Actually, Chromagus is a bad example. How much health does Firemaw have? If I remember right, Firemaw has 1 million health, right? Firemaw has 1 million health? Somewhere around there? That's on 1.12, though. This is done with Nax gear. Yeah, but it is also done with all world buffs. I just want to go ahead and show you guys the difference. Okay, that's all I really want to say. 2.3 million. Okay, well, let's look and see how fast they kill Firemaw. I know this is not a very good example, but it's the best that we have, okay? I understand this is not ideal. Okay, here we go. Started at 12 minutes and, 12 minutes and 10 seconds. They did 230 million damage in 10 seconds. In 10 seconds. Like...
Resist.
Look how fast they're killing the boss. And this is also... They have to line of sight. Like, half the people are line of sighting here. I'm pretty sure actually it's mostly healers. I mean, most DPS are probably not line of sighting. But look at this. This boss is dying in less than 1 minute. Some of that DPS, some of the DPS are in Cthulhu's stomach. Yeah, and some of the DPS here are line of sighting the debuff. This is private servers, not accurate. Private servers oftentimes had raids that were more difficult than the actual vanilla WoW raids because they made them more difficult intentionally to overtune to accommodate for potential bad scripting. So that's not even true. That's not even a good argument. It's actually a bad argument. That helps my point. Read Ian's post. Well, let's see if I can find the post, okay? Ancient Warcraft post. Okay, here we go. Oh, wow. This is it. Holy shit. Considering this is Gurkthok wrote, the post above nails it completely. I don't agree that Phase 1 needs to be toned down. Honestly, on our better days, we'd consistently get to Phase 2 in about 6 minutes with 38 to 39 alive. 40 if we wanted to use battle reses and good mana. It's fine in theory. Anyway, Phase 2. Basically, I don't think that many players really care much about trade secrets anymore. I just want to see Cthulhu killed, and I don't really care remotely much, as much as I did whenever we were the first to do it. Some insights into Cthulhu Phase 2. Every 30 seconds, 8 small eyes pop up throughout the rune. They immediately begin mind-flaying a random target around the room for 750 a second, unresistible. Each one has 2,300 HP. If all three don't die within a couple seconds spawning, players taking some serious damage. On 2 separate 40-second timers, Cthulhu summons 2 types of giant tentacles. Okay, so this is all just a bunch of numbers. I mean, I could read out the whole thing, but there's no real point to read out the whole thing. The point that I'm making here, right? Oh, wow, I got the hammer. I would bet $100,000 that if you put 40 of the best vanilla WoW players in front of Mythic, pre-nerf Cthulhu, they'd kill it. I bet $1 million. Or probably $100,000. Yeah, I'm read paragraph 4. Okay. Let's see. Basically, over the course of every 60-second period, the encounter requires your raid to do roughly 230,000 damage in order to keep up with the various spawns. Now, a 40-man raid can certainly accomplish that on single target, but whenever some people are in Cthulhu's stomach, and the targets of the DPS are spread out throughout the room, and when clustering at all, that means that you get destroyed by spawning a tentacle or jumping an I-beam, and the end result is simply impossible. I would love someone to prove me wrong. So, I think another way that you can look at this, as I said again before, Warriors are overtuned on private server. Iron Foe procs 10 times as much as it would in Classic. Yeah, but they're not using Iron Foe. Like, I mean, like, I'm pretty sure that the Warriors that are doing the speed clears aren't using Iron Foe. And, like, it's a low damage weapon. So, I don't think that's even gonna happen at all. 230k in 60 seconds. Yeah, we saw it beat on Firemaw easily. Release at pre-nerf. Let's fucking go. Yeah, they can do that easily. There's no way. Like, go back and you can watch the world first, like, Kel'Thuzad kill. And compare the world first Kel'Thuzad kill to the kills nowadays on, like, the speed clearing. They're killing it, like, over twice as fast. Like, gear does not double your damage. Like that. It just doesn't. Like, the reason they're killing it so fast is because they're better at the game. They're better at the fucking game. It's not going to double your damage on that level. Kungan, good comparison. Hundreds of Kungans in Classic, though? Well, yeah, I mean, of course. Obviously, there's going to be lots of people that are very good at the game. World buffs do, though? Well, then you'd need world buffs to kill Mythic, I keep saying Mythic, Cthulhu. Yeah, then you'd need world buffs to kill it. I mean, that's really all there is to it, right? I mean, come on. So you're talking rubbish right now? No, I'm not. Like, anybody who genuinely believes that players have not at least doubled in terms of, like, how good they are at the game now is stupid. I mean, you're just stupid. The fact is that players have gotten so much better at the game now. It's unfathomable. Like, go back and look at the old raid mechanics, the things that people considered challenging in, like, Nax 40 and, like, Firemaw. And those exact same players, many of those exact same players are competitive now, and they're clearing Mythic Kill Jaden. They are a lot better at the game. That's it. We saw it yesterday? Yeah, of course. A casual player now equals an amazing player back then. Yeah, I mean, like, the amount of understanding players have of the game now is so much higher than it used to be. There's, like, not even a comparison at all. Remember, right, there was not many guilds that cleared 40-man Nax, so it's gonna be fun to see how it is. Oh, of course, yeah. You're countering argument stating a fact has nothing to do with it? Well, wait a minute. No, the fact that has everything to do with it is players are better now, and what was considered mathematically impossible then is not considered mathematically impossible now because the ceilings are higher because players are better at the game. I mean, it's like, come on. Like, I mean, it's so plain. Not the hardware was worse. Yeah, the hardware was worse. The lag was worse. The rotations were worse. The gearing was worse. The game knowledge was worse. The expectations were worse. Everything was worse. And you really think that they can't clear it? You fucking crazy? Come on. Don't forget the connection and good PC. Yeah, I mean, yeah, the internet was worse. Everything was worse. You really think they couldn't clear it now? Easily they could clear it. Easily they could clear pre-nerf Cthulhu. Let me even look. You know what? How about we do this? Somebody posted a video of Death and Taxes attempting Cthulhu. Alright, so let's look and see what this is. Death and Taxes pre-nerfed Cthulhu attempt. I don't know. Are they gonna be able to do that? I will be amazed if they actually do that, man. I don't know what that's gonna be. 9-inch nails? Yeah, there you go. Here we go again. I wonder what Red Bull's event is gonna be. Classic World first. Yeah, 1 to 60. They have it all planned. If Method does get the World first 60, I think that would be pretty funny. Yeah, I do think so. Can't compare LeBron to Jordan and WoW. They went up against different comp. It's the same thing, basically. It's not about, like, what they're competing in. It's about the individual, like athletic ability. Like, I mean, really, is this something that we're really going to argue over? Like, athletes' abilities have increased over the years? Like, is this really something that people don't believe is happening? Like, come on. Oh, let's look right here. This is it. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot I don't have it up. Here we go. This is it. This is it. The best guild. There it is. Look at that frame rate. They're playing at optimum efficiency here.
I'm your captain. I'm feeling
Here we go.
mighty sick.
Oh, they're damaging down the eye.
I've been lost now.
Let's see how close they get. We're gonna. This is like a 9-minute video, right? They're keyboard turning. Yeah. So half the players are AFK. Some of them are out of combat or 5-second rule mana regenning. But yeah, let's go look at phase 2. Okay. How about we get to that? Okay, here we go. Phase 2. So there he dies. Alright, we go into phase 2. Phase 2, here we go. Okay. Okay, dots on that. That's good. Now, obviously, they're putting dots on Cthulhu there. Not really sure why they would put dots on Cthulhu there, but, you know. Okay. This is the top guild. One of the top guilds. Right here. He isn't even wanting me yet. Nope. No interrupts are going out, I can almost guarantee that. Half of the people don't even have the bandage debuff. You can see it right there. They're not bandaging themselves, even though they're sitting there not doing anything. So yeah, these are the greatest players, right? And it was mathematically impossible because these people weren't able to do it. It's not even remotely close. I want you guys to understand, it's not even remotely close. For the method skills their day. Yeah, I mean, they would probably, like, check method. Yeah, I saw the method announcement. Watch the Kill Jaden world first now. Yeah, and you look at, like, the way that, let's see, mathematically impossible pre-nerf. Pre-nerf. Let's see if there's any more attempts against this boss. Okay, here we go. Cthulhu wipe, righteous. All right, here we go. Let's see here. Oh, let's see. This is a insane kill. Curse. Okay, Curse was one of the best guilds in the entire world. Curse versus Cthulhu. Well, let's watch and see how well they're doing, okay? I have this song on my playlist. Let's go ahead and go all the way down here. Backpedaling. Got him. Keyboard turning back and forth. Really, really good players here. Again, like, no elixirs on or anything. Actually, no, he has a flask, but, like, he's not fully buffed. They're killing the boss. Look at that damage go out. Absolutely insane. Look at that. Oh, so many people know the strategy completely changes. Yeah. Guys, it's impossible. Guys, it's mathematically impossible. What's he doing now? He's just randomly moving around back and forth. He just lost like 3 seconds of downtime. Would you ever see that in a method player today? Absolutely not. You'd never see that in a player in the top 100 guilds. Like, it's not even remotely fucking close. You got hit? Yep. Players back then are terrible. Let's see here. Holy shit, it's mathematically impossible, which means it's based on a simulation. And how do you simulate it? How do you simulate that number? What do you use as variables to input for this simulation? You ever think of that? Like, I'm sorry, guys, but if you believe this is mathematically impossible for today's players, you are incredibly stupid. You are. You are incredibly fucking stupid. Players nowadays are infinitely better than they were back then. The level that they can play at nowadays would be considered mathematically impossible back then. Because they're using different numbers. Watch the KJ kill now. Let's look at it. KJ kill. Let's see how this works, okay? You look at this video right here, right? Just skip ahead. Yeah, you know what? This is...
I sense the corruption.
Yeah, being able to do all of this at the same time, you know what? This is absolutely the exact same as Mythic Cahoon. Players have gotten so much better at the game. This is just insane. Players back then were way better than they are now. Yeah, right. Mathematically impossible was a hyperbole. Yeah, I mean, there are people that think that thought that Kill Jaden here was mathematically impossible. They thought Avatar was Remember whenever Sko said that Avatar was mathematically impossible, and then the next day they killed the boss? But before that happened, you had a ton of people that were going around and repeating that as if it was a fact because they just assumed that he was right. It was a joke. Well, yeah, I know that it was a joke, but the thing is like a lot of the players then, I mean, like you're watching the way they're playing, they don't have full knowledge of the game in the same way that they do now. They just don't. Like, I don't know even what else to say about that. It's kind of common sense, but there it is. What about Lich King? People couldn't do it until he was buffed. No. Like, what do you mean? Like, the gospel school, oh my god. It was impossible with assumed DPS. Yeah, they assumed the DPS. They assumed the highest DPS the players could do. Players are just doing higher DPS in general. Yeah, I don't know why I'm still talking about this, but I feel like I have to be right about this because people are just so delusional about it. Like, I know this is a fact. I know this for a fucking fact, man. Got foul the golden rule, can't fix stupid and move on. Yeah, look at the original math. Nobody has the original math. Nobody knows what the original math is. Like, we're looking at the original posts that were made. Like, you look over here, Cthulhu. There is no rather angry one. Snippet of elitist jerks Cthulhu attempts. I'm not going to click that right there. Yeah, I mean, there's no mathematical impossibility here. It was just considered mathematically impossible. That's why they need to release it unpatched. Well, I think everybody can agree on this. Okay, everybody can agree on this. I do think that they should release it pre-nerf. Just to see what could happen. Just see what's gonna happen. Like, I mean, I'm curious just to see what's gonna happen. Like, and I think it would be any guild that takes themselves seriously. Every single one of them would want to have the opportunity to take their shot at killing something that was considered mathematically impossible for over a decade. Every single good. Like, even I would try to do it. Like, everybody would want to be able to try and do this. So I think this will be the case. Asmongold, King's Rest. Asmongold, King's Rest. Okay, let me just get this out. Actually, you know what? Let me do one more because we're going to look at the rest. I'm going to do one more Gmod run. Because that way I can do the rest of the AMA. We got derailed by this so much. But the point is still the same. You fail miserably? How? It's like 5 buttons in Classic WoW. Like, how could I fail? Like, the only reason I would fail is if I wasn't playing the game. Like... I don't even know what to say. Yeah, it's like a 5-button game. Like, it's not hard to do. I mean, it has nothing to do with, like, being good at the game or not. Anyway, like, the point is that Cthulhu was not mathematically impossible. Players back then were just bad at the game, and if you took the best players nowadays and they attempted Mythic Cthulhu, or, pre-nerf Cthulhu, they would easily be able to kill it. It wouldn't even be close. And there are a lot of vanilla fanboys in here who are in denial of that. Because, you know, they idolize people that keyboard turned. But listen, people are a lot better now. And whether you like it or not, they're going to be able to clear content better and faster than anybody that you think was good at the game 10 years ago. Because if you watch even some of the best players from back in the game 10 years ago, they're not even close to what people are now. They're not even remotely close. Dorian, you're going to tank, okay? Go tank. And let's get one more tank in here and we'll get this done. Then I'll watch the rest of the AMA, okay? Okay. Let's see. Okay, where's the rest of these? How many more? What's it? Ian made a data sheet and made statistical analysis, gave him to Tom Chilton. That's why he was hired. I didn't, wait, no, Ian got hired like many years later. I don't think he got hired because of a data sheet that he gave to him then. I think that might have happened with, like, Celestalon or something, but, like, not him, because Celestalon did the whole, the RAR program and everything, so I don't know about that. Okay, Z-Holy, go, just queue as DPS, and we'll get one more person to queue as DPS. Okay, there we go, Sut rolls DPS there, perfect. Alright, we're good. Data miners could actually make a PTR, pre-nerf Cthulhu if they had the boss values. Well, and I hope that Blizzard releases that, because I actually would really like to see it. Because I don't know, I feel like I'm 100% correct on this. I'm 100% right on this. And, you know, I've watched these world first kill videos. The players in the vanilla WoW world first kill videos sucked. Like, you guys are better than they are. Half of you guys in chat are better than the world first raiders back then. I played with you. You're just better at the game. That's all there is to it. Okay, we're good. Yeah, you probably are better than they are. Like, unironically, you are probably better than they are. I know that sounds ridiculous, but it's true. Okay, just give me 1 second. Let's go ahead and look at the rest of these,